Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone who's been waiting for me to come live on. This is Mazezoke speaking. This is one talk about the little girl that was maltreated in Enugu. You know, that was one of, in recent time, that's one of the pictures that I have seen that really, that really got me. And this is a little girl. What was her crime? Her crime was that her parents were not well to do and they had to send her out. So, and the people that took her to custody, rather than take good care of her, they maltreated her to the point that they had nail. When you say nail, they had to, they had nails in the head. I've never seen something like that. When I look at the little girl, it breaks my heart because obviously this is someone's daughter. This is someone's daughter. And the name of this little girl is Norma Nadi. And thanks goodness, the governor of Enugu State has offered to pay for her medical bills, take care of her welfare and the family, and also offered to give her scholarship to the university level. But as you all know, that's what politicians do. Would they live up to the expectations? It's left to be seen. Now, I want to show us, in order not to break YouTube community guidelines, I just want to show us, for some of you who haven't seen the young girl, I'm not normally a fan of showing graphic images, but what I will do quickly is to show you the girl in question. Let me minimize her picture so that, it's not too pronounced. So this is the young little girl that I'm talking about. Now, if I zoom this picture, you will see the girl in question. Look at, her tummy is basically from the injury she sustained. You can see the head is basically from the injury she sustained. Then you ask yourself, how could someone be so heartless? How could someone be so, I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. I cannot pin it down. I cannot, get, there are times times you're so angry, it's one of those times that you're so angry and you don't know what to do. Then I ask myself, how did we get here that someone could actually take someone's daughter? It's not that one makes video for making sake. What I'm trying to use this video, and this video is going to be short because some of you said my live videos are normally long. So I want to use the opportunity to start learning how to make shorter videos, to compress these videos, and so that it's doesn't take long. Okay, so the reason why I'm actually doing this today is that I watched a video of the husband and wife, and that actually threw me off, where the husband and the wife is throwing an accusation on each other as to who was wrong, who did what to this lady, to this young girl. The husband said it's the wife that did it, and the wife said, no, it's my husband that did it because I didn't want my husband to go to prison. And I'm like, honestly, listening to them too, and I'm thinking, you got to be in prison. Sorry, but you got to be in prison. The wife says, my husband drilled a hole. Do you know what it means to you? Jesus. The thought of it alone just, gives me, whew, sorry, but the thought of it just gives me goose pimple. That a wife could say that my husband drilled hole into this little girl's head, and that my husband puts pepper in her personal area. And you think, Jesus Christ. I mean, how can we be crying the things that they do to us at the government level? But here is an individual. These are individuals. Individuals at that, minute level. They are doing this to someone because they are, maybe because I don't know. Where is that feeling? You are a mother, you are a woman, a 10-year-old. You can do this to her. And the argument is who puts pepper in the personal area. Husband said, no, it's a lie. The wife says, no, it's a lie. You did it. and you cannot say to yourself, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong? Okay, what is wrong? Now, I actually, just like my good friend Charles Sobu made a very interesting comment that actually got me. He said, let me tell you this. If you are a man and someone else's child living under your roof is being dehumanized by your wife, you are either a willing accomplice or a criminal, irresponsible fellow. And that's a child. So yes, spot on. Spot on. People can argue about this, but please, the argument, there is no argument here to basically argue who did it or who did not, because there is no argument. Let me see if I can find that video, and I'll play that video for you so that you understand what I'm up against here, because I found it criminally, unbelievable that a human being could do this to another human. Then you ask yourself, where is the humanity? Okay, let me play that video for you now, please. Listen.
You saw the injury on the girl, right? Can you tell us what happened? What led to that? Speak English. Speak in English, please, for the watching here. Speak English. Speak English. Explain.
Yes, okay, by that time, let's go this day. I say that it's me that did it because I don't want to sack my husband the work or let him to go prison. Then I say it's me that did it. But the person that do that thing is you. I'm living with my last born before I brought this girl. The same thing that he did to my last born.
Madam, you told me you were the one that broke her hand. Where are you now?
No, my frog, I told you them. All the wounds this man did it.
What about the fracture?
You see, now it is, when I say this, when I listen to her, it makes me really angry because you can see what she said. Now, I flog her, meaning I only flogged her. But it's my husband that used the hot iron and my husband that used the, I don't want to say these things because I don't want to be censored. It's the husband that used heavy metal on the head of that little girl. That is someone else's daughter. Let's hear from the husband.
The break of their hand.
No, I didn't break her hand. My frog.
Who applies on her private parts?
It's not me.
Who does that?
It's not me.
You see, this is criminal. If a woman, this woman is nothing less than between 30 and 35, and at her age, she's a woman, and something like that happens, and she does not know, she's a criminal accomplice, or that, honestly, there is no two ways about that she's the one that did it, because she would, as a woman, she would know the effect of applying pepper in your pea pot. That's all. And how can a woman, is someone who's above 30 and a mother for that matter, could allow something like this to go on? And I watched this and I'm thinking, what in the world is happening to us? Where is our humanity gone to? How can this happen? Now listen to the accusation that she goes to the husband.
I think it's
Okay, let's talk to the man. Come here, come here, sir. You've just said that your wife said you were the one that inflicted that injury on that poor girl. Why did you do it?
Oh, someone said that she's 24. Okay, if she's 24, come on, 24, and she knows how to make babies and able to produce a child. She has gone through that process of producing a child and know the pains that comes with it. That means she's no longer, she's a full-blown adult. And the husband, according to what imports, Igbo Biafran said, let me put your comment on the screen because you said that she's Igbo Biafran says she's 24 years old of age, and the husband is only 40 years old. So how can a 40-year-old man and a 24-year-old lady not know that it is illegal, it is criminal, it is not right to do what they have done? How can how could you not know that? And you don't even know who did what, and you're just arguing in front of the camera that you didn't do this, you didn't do the other one. This is something that sometimes you ask yourself, how do we think as a people in this nation? How can we just argue over things that makes no sense? Now is the turn of the husband to try to argue himself out.
Speak like this.
I told my wife, I don't need to live in my house.
Continue.
I told my wife, I don't need to live in my house. Even when I wedded.
Sorry, did you hear the argument of the man is really getting me worked up. Did you hear his argument? That after they got married, he told the woman that he doesn't need a housemaid or a house help in the house. And so freaking what? Is that because of you've told your wife you don't need a housemaid, that's why you've gone ahead to do what you've done?
I told him, the person bring her brother, a small brother. And I told her that she should bring her brother.
Come to the issue of this.
The issue of this one, the name of father and son, we don't do it. She's the one doing everything because of
she said in the name of the Father and the God of the Son or whatever. On this rare occasion, that would I wish for an instant karma. On this rare occasion, where an instant karma of justice, that the moment he says in the name of the Father or whatever he just said, and all we hear is a thunderstorm, brrr, that's it, finito. If you're lying, that will be it. If you're not, we'll see it. Thunder would have just come straight, and if I can wish that.
when I come back to work, son, injury at the stomach and I cried. And I told her what happened. He said that you tired. Okay.
But you said that at the initial
when I come back to work, son, injury at the stomach and I cried. And I told her what happened. He said that you tired. Okay.
But you said that at the initial time you told her you don't want any house help.
Yes.
So now that she brought this girl, that was why you decided to.
It's simple deductive analysis. If you ask me, I would say the man is evil, the woman is evil, because you said you don't want house helps. That means she brought house help, then therefore the house help should be punished. It's as simple as that.
Yes. And you try to keep up.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. I'm sorry. Any we saw on that girl's and it's not I did not inflict any injury.
What about the iron you put on her back?
I used iron, but I did not inflict any
Wait, again.
You use iron to what?
but I did not inflict any injury.
What kind of threat? What kind of threat?
He told me that
Gentlemen, we will be late for the court. At least you have acted.
she was
You know, see, honestly, words here fail me. You know, a fellow man is arguing that he used iron as a threat, but he never carried it out. On this rare occasion, I would say, honestly, it's one of those things. It's one of those moments that you'll be in. You know, I'm so engrossed in rage that you know, I feel like Ijiaka Dawa the man on there. How can a man be 10 years old? 10. Again, for some of you who haven't seen this, 10-year-old, 10 as in number 10. A 10-year-old that can barely take his bath, her bath, sorry. Then you ask yourself, someone asked a very good question. That's Okoro Jr. Okoro Jr. asked a very good question. Say, but my question is, why is the kid not living with the parents? I thought this Maid of a thing is a relic of the past. Sadly, it is not. And there is no reason why, and that's the only reason why. One of the things I want to say this evening, and before I conclude, is please, you know, I know we, within the South, we believe that God gives children, but we can always take, you know, we can always endeavor to plan the children that we want. Many of us have 2, 3 children, not that we cannot have many more children, but the reason why we have these 2, 3 children or 4 at max is because that you be able to train them. If you dig into the family history of this young girl, you might have a case of where they have many siblings and the parents probably are no longer in a position to train them. That's why you can see that this something like this is happening and breaks one's heart. And again, the only thing that we can do is, you know, in this time and age, is to keep on saying that parents, please be careful and you know, if you give your little ones to someone in the city to live with, please pay attention to how they are being treated. Once in a while, go visit them, call them, ask them, have a private conversation, find out if the man of the house is molesting them, find out if the madam is mistreating them, you know, find out how they fare. Please, if you find anything that is not right, of course you have every right to go to the police station. There is nothing stopping you from reporting such cases, because these things you cannot allow, and you know, basically let these things be. These things have to stop. We cannot molest children, because we've had cases even where, you know, on grown-up children, where the man of the house actually, you know, at night, you know, sneaks in and molests a young person and tell them, do not tell your madam. Oh, if you do, I will send you back. And when they look at where they are coming from, sometimes out of fear, they wouldn't say. And we must talk about these things because, you know, it's evil and it's injustice, because you might think you're comfortable enough, that your children are comfortable enough. You and I, yes, we are comfortable in our own rights, but we don't know tomorrow. Something can happen suddenly that might mean that these children might no longer have the love and the care they had under us. The situation can change. But be that as it may, please, that's a plea to every single person that has a housemaid, has someone living with them. Please treat them right. These individuals are humans as well. The same way, you can, the same way you have your children, the same way these children are also someone's else, and they're all human. Imagine if you treat this child if you treat this child properly, and at the old age, of course you reap your reward. But here you are, you're treating and you're just using iron to, damage the little girl's tummy. That's not right. That's not right. We cannot continue in this way. We cannot continue in, the society. Let our problem be the political class, so that we can, muster enough energy and deal with the political class that has put us in a mess. But here we are again, people are basically still doing something like this, and I'm like, for once more, I'm gonna honestly, it breaks my heart. And one of those times that one is trying to intervene, then I read that the Enugu state government has already intervened in terms of granting scholarship. So, and I would say at this moment, the young girl is in the best of hands by the intervention of the Enugu state government. But again, government is after 4 years they go, and that's it. Anyway, people, quickly, as so many of you have complained that sometimes I normally take too long for my videos. That's what I'm trying to do. This video is going to stay within 30 minutes. I would want to leave it at that, and I would say thank you very much, Mazes. Okay, here. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Join me on Saturday. I will be having a live conversation with Ikenna Nweke from Japan. You might have read about Ikenna Nweke from the newspapers and in the last week. He is the young Igbo man who, a PhD student in Japan, who found a wallet filled with money, and he returned it. And the Japanese promised him 5% as their law demands of the content of that wallet, and he rejected it. And they offered him, if the owner didn't come after 30 days or 3 months, that wallet the content could become his, and he also rejected it. And while we see things happening in the society, not only when bad things happen that we must talk about them, when good things happen as well, it is a duty actually, we must talk about it in order to encourage those, to give space, to encourage people to actually know that something like that is happening. On that note, I would say keep a date with me Saturday, 7 o'clock, that is 7 p.m. He will be joining me live and direct from Japan. We will have that conversation. And if possible, you want to call in and you want to ask him a question, I would open the phone line. The conversation is going to be about an hour or thereabout, an hour plus. So it's something that we will hear from the horse's mouth, what inspired him, what prompted him to do that. Because indeed, and of a truth, it's something worthy of emulation. Once more, again, I did a video quickly last night talking about our brother in Pakistan that was released, and some of you saying that you don't believe that he was released. He had to do a video to tell you that he's been released. One thing you have to know on this platform is we don't engage in fake news. We verify. So on that one, for some reasons, that video that we are requesting for now will probably come later. but the young man has been released. A Pakistan guy called Feroz or whatever, the people of Akuku have done their best and he's been released. On that note, I will say, please, people, be careful whenever someone promises you that you're going to go, you migrate abroad. Know what you're going to do because it is not easy. It is not easy. We have people in those countries, the indigenes and the people of the country you're trying to go to, they don't have jobs. So it is not easy that you think the moment you go there and you're going to have it, pluck money from the streets. And again, some of us that engage in businesses that are questionable, I would say, retrace your step. On that note, I will say good evening once more and remain blessed. And I still remain Mazezoke, signing off.